Well, g'day travellers and welcome back. We're on the road again, and this time we're snowy bound. We're going to go do a bit of winter camping on the Gungarlin River on the Snowy Plains, along the Nimmo Road, so between Cooma and Jindabyne. Currently driving through Canberra at the moment, and it is 7 degrees. It was piddling down rain when we left Sydney. Not too bad here. Are we going to get a bit of the white stuff? Don't know. It did snow down there yesterday. They got almost 5 centimetres of fresh snow. So as long as it hasn't rained too much overnight or been too warm, there should be still some snow on the ground. And there is a chance of snow tonight. Now, a lot of people ask, do we script these episodes? And we don't. Because you can't really script the stuff that happens on these trips. So I normally have a rough idea, and I use the time that we've got on the road between leaving home and getting to our destination, just sort of run through some scenarios. And I was running through about the campfire scene, and it occurred to me I didn't put any beer in the fridge. No beer on a We Went That Away Adventures episode. Who would have thunk it? But I'm not giving up all hope yet. We are lobbing into Cooma this morning. I am hoping there's an IGA or something that's got to be a section, because I don't know if I'm going to survive, and it won't be the snow that kills me. Nini did remember her wine, but she didn't fit, didn't remind me to put in the beer, even though I was so busy packing the truck. So anyway, we'll see how we go. Hopefully I'll get a couple of tinnies to chuck in the fridge. I can't believe I left that out. Can't believe it. Anyway, we'll see you in Cooma, and I'll try and get over the fact that I may have no beer this weekend. See you there. Just on our way out of Cooma now. All is well with the world. I found BWS, I've got some beer, and I've got a couple of wild turkeys for later tonight around the campfire, so that's good. But we did have to stop in town and fill the car up. If you're driving a diesel vehicle, you need to fill up with Alpine mix, because your diesel will freeze in the fuel lines if the temperature gets down low enough. So make sure you run your tank down and have half quarter of a tank left, fill it up with Alpine mix. Get prepared for a big hole in your bloody wallet. It was $2.60 a litre, ouch. But we're filled up. We've got our grog. Well, she had a grog anyway, I got my grog. We've redid breakfast, because first take was ordinary. Second take wasn't much better. I tell you what, McDonald's in Cooma in the ski season, holy shit, what a madhouse. So we are happy to be on the road, out of Cooma, heading for the bush and away from the crowd. So we will see you down on Nimmo Road, and hopefully we'll see a bit of that white stuff around on the side of the track. See you there. Just got on to Nimmo Road, and we've hit the dirt, and we're going to drop a little bit of air out of the Federals again. I don't know whether we're going to get any snow out here today, because it's actually quite warm for winter time in the Snowy Mountains. It's about 6 degrees. We've got a light drizzle falling. So I'm not going to let the tyres down too far now. I'll probably drop them down to around about 25 to start with, and we'll see how we go. And if we hit the white stuff, then we'll have to drop them again. Okay, so it's small dilemma here. We just passed a sign. We're on Nimmo Road. We just passed a sign that said 8 kilometres private property, no through road. So we're not too sure how we're going to get to this campground because we've got no reception, and because we're in such a hurry to get this trip together, I haven't downloaded the proper maps onto the Gaia app either, so we're running off a pretty loose map at the moment. So I guess we'll go down and as far as we can go and work out and see if there's another way through. Doesn't look like it from the sign that we just passed, and we might have to even drive back into Cooma and find another way to get to the Gungarlin River, because doesn't look like we're going to get through this way. So what would we went that away adventures trip be if it went to plan? Alright, we'll get down to the bottom and work out what the bloody hell we're doing, I suppose. Well, you're not going to believe it, we're on the right bloody track. We've got back down, I don't know, we're a third of the way back to bloody Cooma now, and we had to go on Nimmo Road, but apparently we have to turn off on a power line track off Nimmo Road, clearly before where the private property starts. So we are once again heading back to Nimmo Road, and thankfully I've been cruising along slowly because I'd let my tyres down and I didn't want to put them up too soon. So we're gingerly cruising back to the dirt. We're going to have another crack at this, but hey, it's better than having to go all the way back to Cooma, so shit happens. Yeah, and next time we'll be more organised, download the correct apps, and I'm normally right across this shit, but it's been such a busy 2 weeks that yeah, she's pointing. Two people here in this car have the ability to access the internet, just saying. But anyway, we'll see you back on Nimmo Road, then we'll try and find this power line track. Can't go too far because I've only got 25 psi in the tyres. Try again. Back on the dirt, once again back onto Nimmo Road, and if you're heading down this way, it's bloody confusing actually, because when you turn onto Nimmo Road it says no through road, and then you'll get 3 or 4 k's down at a big sign that says private property in 8 kilometres, no through road. So one would assume that it doesn't go, well, you can't go any further than that. There's no signage to tell you this is how to get to the Gungarlin River, and nothing to indicate that there's a track leading off it. But what you're looking for is how many k's down, Dale?
It's about 9.1 kilometres down to get
so around about 9 k's after you turn onto Nimmo Road. Now bear in mind the sign that says it's 8 k's to private property is a couple of k's down the road. So we're going straight here. So yeah, so when you get onto it you will see the sign that says private property, no through road. You need to keep going down there, and what you're going to be looking for is Island Bend Fire Trail. We haven't got that far yet, so I don't know whether it's signposted. We'll let you know when we get down there. But if you are heading through this way, don't do what we did, because you've got no phone reception down here to double check your maps. And if you haven't got a paper map or you haven't downloaded the proper maps for the area, like we didn't, you will think that you can't go any further. So anyway, we'll get down to the Island Bend and we'll show you what that turn off looks like, and find out whether there's signs down there, just so you don't have to make the same mistake we did. So we'll see you down at the turn off to Island Bend. A little bit excited, guys. We've got some glimpses of our first snow up on the hill. Up a hill. Oh, look at this. Look at this. White stuff. I will give you a look. This is pretty cool. It's very cool. It's actually cool. Just seen our first brumbies of the trip. I know there's a lot of controversy around the wild brumbies in Kosciuszko, but I don't give a bugger what your views are. They are cool and majestic animals, and it always gives me a buzz to see them. So if you don't like it, don't bother complaining, because I won't listen. I don't give a shit. I like horses. Alright, cool. I've said it. On to the Gungarlin River now. Controversy! Well, we've arrived at the Gungarlin River, and it was a shorter run in than I thought, and a pretty uneventful drive, so it's a really easy drive once you work out which way to go. And we've already set up camp, so I'll show you around, show you our setup for the night, and then we'll show you around the campground, which is really pretty. It's cool, but it's not freezing. There's a little bit of a couple of little patches of snow still in the hollows, and I guess we'll see what happens tonight. Grab us a beer, will you, love? Anything in the fridge? I'll have a wild turkey, thank you.
They're cold.
Just going for a little bit of a wander now around camp. I got my wild turkey for a walk, and I'm looking for Daveys track. There's a little Alpine Hut that is around here, and I'm just looking to see where the track leaves the campground, because I reckon we might go up and take a look at that one in the morning. I think I might have found the way across to Daveys Hut, but there is a lock gate on the river here, so it looks like it might be walking only. Jump over that. Woo! That's higher than I thought. They can walk over the bridge. We're crossing the Gungarlin River. It looks like you might have to walk up to the hut, and I think it's about 2 k's either way. Don't know how keen Neen will be to do that, but I'll stick my nose across the other side, see what I find. Rightio, I found the track, and it's definitely walking only. I don't know what else is there to do. I might take a little bit of a wander and see what I come across. Hopefully the weather doesn't come in. Starting to get a little bit cooler, but still, considering we're I think at about 1,350 metres, bit of white stuff on the ground. There's no wind, and it's probably maybe 4 degrees now, but not too bad actually. I thought it would be heaps colder. So got the fire going back at camp, and Neen's enjoying that, and I'm going to go for a wander and see what I can find.
Maybe I was blind, known you forever while I tried to find someone that...
All right, pretty cool. I can see Daveys Hut across the plains. I've probably got I don't know, maybe another kilometre to go. So I reckon we will take you up and show you Daveys Hut. Gotta say, it is so peaceful out here. There is not a sound, like literally, not a sound, no wind, no birds, nothing. A few roos bounding past every now and again, but other than that, just open space and peace and quiet. It's actually really nice to just get away from everything and yeah, just walk out here. Beautiful. I am getting closer to this hut. I tell you what, it looked like a kilometre. It felt like 14 kilometres ago, but it is only, I think, 2 k's to the hut, so it can't be that far. Oh, sugar. I have got a river crossing. Okay. Time to find somewhere narrow where I don't get my feet wet, because I don't fancy wet feet in the snow. Ooh, bugger. Looking for... Oh, up here looks like it might be a go. It'll be an issue if I could drive. Looks like it might be narrow up here. I'll be able to jump across. There's just snow on the ground up here still. Here we go. I reckon this is the go. As long as some crazy wombat doesn't come flying out of this burrow as I land on the other side. And up we go. And we are across, and you can see Daveys Hut on the hill up there. A little bit of snow down here. So beautiful. So beautiful. Well, I am just about at Daveys Hut now, and just over to my right there is some big brown brumbies. I'm going to take a walk over. I don't know how close I can get to these fellas, but like I said before, I know there's a lot of controversy, and I know they are a feral animal, but they are an absolutely stunning animal, and they are so majestic. So I'm going to waltz over and see how close I can get to these big boys, and then we'll go and have a look at Daveys Hut. Well, that was pretty cool to see those big fellas so close. I'm going to leave them alone now, I'm not going to harass them. And we're going to head up to the hut. Don't know whether it's open or we can have a look inside, but we're going to suss it out, and then I better head back, because this was a very impromptu visit. I had no intention of coming up to the hut. I just wanted to see where the track started, and I've just got this wandering spirit, this love of adventure and a love for exploring new stuff, and I just couldn't help myself but stick my nose up this track and go for a couple of K walk. It is chilling down now, and I am looking forward to getting back and getting my fire. Got some beautiful Scotch fillets to throw on the barbecue plate tonight. But before we do that, we couldn't come out here and not show you an Alpine Hut. go. Look at this. Oh, this is really cool. Pretty dark in here. This is the bedroom. But how is that for a fireplace? The visitor's book up here, we'll sign that before we go. Bit of history on the hut. And look at this. How would it be sitting out here with a cuppa or a beer or a wild turkey and looking across that? Bloody sensational. So we've just signed the visitor's book and give it a light and see. Bed in here. Tell you what, it's actually pretty cozy. If you had that fire going, you'd be pretty good. So anyway, we're going to get the visitor's book all packed away, back in the tin, put the pen back up there, and we'll lock up. Well, that was awesome. Just remember, when you come out to these huts, leave them as you find them. Make sure you lock the doors, lock the gates behind you so the wildlife doesn't get in. And just enjoy them because they are so special. A piece of Australian history right here in the Snowy Mountains. And I had it all to myself. Whoop, telling you to shut the gate. I better go back and do it. Why is it, folks, that the walk back from somewhere always seems longer than the walk there? It feels like I've been going for ages. I can see the river, and I know camp's just on the other side of that, so I know I'm getting close, but my face is absolutely numb from the cold. My nose is dripping, but I'm so hot. I've got the ARB jacket on, Sloppy Joe, and a thermal t-shirt under that, and I am absolutely sweating inside my jacket, but I'm not going to take it off because I will end up with a chill, so I'll just deal with it. Not too far back, but yeah, I'd like to know your theory. Why does the walk back from somewhere always seem longer than the walk to? Now, it can't be because you're looking forward to getting something, because I've got beers at the other end. But anyway, drop your theory in the comments below. I'd love to know what you reckon. Well, guys, just chilling by the fire with a beer, and what's the matter, Dale? A bit cold? Edie's a bit cold, and she needs to go on a 5k walk to a Alpine Hut. That'll warm her up.
And too cold for wine.
It's even too cold. Oh, newsflash. Too cold for wine. It's not too cold for beer. But it is getting chilly, but hey, we are in the snow. What do you expect? Having fun? I'm having fun. Cheers, guys. Got the fire going, just struggling a bit. You know what the old Bunnings/service station wood's like. Not as good as the stuff you cut in the bush yourself, but we are in a national park and you got to bring your own timber. So trying to get a bit of heat going in this thing, and then we've got a couple of Scotch fillets that we're going to chuck on top of the fire. I think it might be a early night. you cooking, Neen?
Potatoes.
Potatoes. Oh, good looking potatoes.
Garlic potatoes.
Yeah. And?
And then some asparagus.
Yep.
And then we're going to chuck some mushrooms in there.
Sounds good.
And then we're going to chuck some mushroom sauce in there.
Oh, what a concoction.
And then we're going to throw that over our Scotch fillet steak.
Sounds.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Here we go. Scotch fillet on the plate. One more to come. Well, that's us for the night. Dinner is done. We're going to sit around the fire, have a couple more drinks, and sun's about to go down. The temperature is plummeting in it, and I reckon it might be an early night. So we're going to get into this, and we will catch you guys in the morning. Morning, folks. Sunday morning, and unfortunately, no white stuff on the ground, and that was officially the longest night I have spent in a swag in my entire life. We just couldn't get any heat out of that fire, so we retired. I don't think it would have been much after 6 o'clock. It's about 7 in the morning now. I've just got a cuppa on the brew, and then we'll get things packed up. Nini is just emerging from the swag. Get some recce going, and then we'll show you a little bit more around this region of the Snowies. Got milk frother here that's plugged into the inverter, and go make a nice little cappuccino. Just whipping up a coffee now, and we used to use our little Nespresso AeroPress all the time, but I got onto these coffee bags from the Laughing Pug, and I tell you what, they are so much easier and every bit as good. There's a few different blends in these things, but they make a sensational coffee. So these little bad boys are our go-to now. Pop the top off the coffee bag like that. And add the water. Nice warm froth milk there, and look at that beautiful cappuccino, and way better than the one you get from that bloody pie shop on the way in. Not a bad way to enjoy a cuppa, eh? Well, the plan this morning is to get some brekkie on the go, and then and pack up, going to be a bit of a wet pack up. It didn't really rain overnight, but there's a constant mist around here that absolutely saturates everything. So yeah, it's going to be a wet pack up, and then we'll head off and see what else we can find down the trail. See you, Breggy. How's this? You learn something every day. We've got maple bacon. It's like, I don't know what they do with it. It's maple cured, but cooking it, really maple syrup. I didn't even know this stuff existed. But you know how it goes. Oh, look at this for Breggy perfection, fellas and ladies. A couple of eggs, some hash browns, and some maple bacon. We were going to do our old favourite Mrs. Jen's eggs again, but it's too cold to stuff around, and can't have to cook everything in the one pan or everything will go cold. So I reckon it's time for Breggy. Just packing away your little pride and joy. What do you got there, bub?
I've got the kick-ass electric blanket. It is so warm. It has 3 settings. You've got like low, medium and high, obviously. Yeah, it's worth getting one for camping in the cold. I didn't think it was going to work properly, but it really helps.
Yeah, so it's a little 12-volt electric blanket. We run it off this little puppy down here, which is our kick-ass little lithium battery pack, and that runs the electric blanket. It does time out, doesn't it, after?
No, I thought it did, but it went for a while. I think it went for a couple of hours. So
Let's see, what's the state of charge on the kick-ass? So we're still sitting at 80% on the kick-ass. So,
and we're charging phones off it.
Yeah, so we're charging phones off that. That run, I don't know if how long into the night it run, but
It ran for a while.
it made a difference, eh?
Oh, yes, it did.
All right, gotta go rescue the breakfast. Our little jet oil canister is just about out of gas, and we have had that. How long have we had the jet oil? Like over 12 months? Yeah, but there was COVID, so it didn't go far. So, but I don't know, we've had this, yeah, it probably was 2 years ago we bought it. This is the original little canister we bought, and I couldn't count how many jugs of water that we boiled on that, eh?
Yeah, we had one big trip every year and probably one trip every month, and we took it with us.
Yeah, so we're just about to replace to a canister of half the size, so theoretically we shouldn't need another one for 4 years. Pretty good, these things are awesome. So I got a bit of steam coming out. We might have just enough left in the original girl to boil this water for one last cup of coffee before we start a wet pack up. A little tip here if you're using an inverter. So you can see my battery is currently sitting at 11.7, which is very, very low for a 12-volt system. It was sitting at a 12.8 before I turn the inverter on. So I've just started the motor. That will start to charge up in a moment. But yeah, if you're using an inverter, this is only a little inverter. It's 600 watt, but they will suck the guts out of your 12-volt batteries quicker than look at them. Hey, I made you a coffee. It is way too early for that. Oh, I don't know. Nice hat. Well, there you go, folks. It brings us to the end of yet another adventure, winter camping. Not quite at its best, and yeah, this stuff's not everybody's cup of tea when it's raining. but it is a spectacular part of New South Wales. And we will be back, and I'm super keen to come down and do an episode on some of the Alpine Huts that are in the Kosciuszko region.
It's definitely worth the drive.
It's worth the drive, and it's worth bracing the cold. Just not the wet. The wet makes it miserable. But been a great weekend anyway. You know the drill. If you like what we do, smash that subscribe button. Remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram as well. And we will catch you somewhere, hopefully drier, on the next episode of We Went That Away Adventures. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Lunes, yo me llamo Tarzán y la gente me dice ¿cómo es? El rey de la selva. Jane es perfecta gracias a sus raíces. ¿Sabes cómo es? El rey de la selva.
Stay tuned for that. Now you know the drill. If you like what we but you know the drill. If you like what it's really good yeah, it's snowing, we're going back.
Raining.
But it is a spectacular part of Australia, and we will be back. I'm super keen to get down and do an
Oh my God! What is going on?